I'm Cece. This is my husband, Casey. We met as police officers.
And now we're adult stars.
We swapped our cop jobs to make spicy content together. We've had some pretty crazy hate comments. How can you be with these women these days look horrible. I can only imagine how many men have run through them. We had some friends who questioned our judgment.
When Cece got with Casey, I was not happy at all. I was scared that he was trying to jump in and kind of take advantage.
I found 2 uniform shirts, I guess, that we still had. They were buried in the bin at the bottom. It's a little dusty. My name is Cece.
My name is Casey.
I was working at the police department and I got told that a rookie was starting. Initially, I didn't like him. He just came off very tool baggy to me. I felt like he was full of himself. When I realized that I was attracted to him was when we were practicing defensive tactics one time when we were on duty. He was on top of me and pulled me close to him while we were doing this one maneuver. And it just got really hot, really fast. I was like, oh God, this man is so freaking hot. And I don't know what to do because I was trying to stay professional.
Yeah, one thing led to another.
Yeah. Today, my friend Barbara is coming over to reveal what she thinks about us, and I'm a little bit nervous. She's very honest.
You're nervous, I'm nervous.
My name is Barbara, and I have known Cece for 12 years.
Hi! How have you been?
Oh my God, it's been so long.
Oh. What did you think when I left cop work to go do spicy content?
I was so terrified. You were a single parent, and you are giving up stability, insurance. I was, worried about everything, money, kids, everything.
My career that I worked hard for.
Yes.
I was a police officer for around 4 years before I decided to leave to make adult content. My picture was used as clickbait on somebody's YouTube video that was about another cop who got fired for I saw how much traction there was and how much money she was making. At the time, I was a little bit miserable at my job, but the environment was a little hostile. My kids wanted me around more, so I ended up leaving and making adult content. Within the first month it was, couple weeks, I made 100K. It's crazy. A lot of people believed that I was making content while I was a cop, which wasn't true. I did not launch that page until a day after I left police work. So what did you really think when I first got with Casey?
You really want to know?
I don't want to know.
Honestly, you were doing really well with your spicy content, and I was scared that he was trying to jump in and kind of take advantage of it.
Like a sugar mama situation?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was so scared of you coming in not only her life, but the kids' lives.
And I think I had the same concern too. I know we had some chats on the low.
A single mom having a man coming in and out of your life, you don't realize how, especially when you're in it, how much it can affect your children.
There obviously was a lot of inconsistencies, back and forth with things, job changes, all the works, and then introducing other kids into the mix. They weren't super keen on him initially, but now that it's been consistent for a while, he stepped up, everything's changed. We went through our whole entire metamorphosis process that we had to go through. It is beautiful.
I love how the kids have adapted so well and how happy they are.
Yeah.
They've blossomed.
So when did you start changing your mind about Casey and I being together?
When he changed jobs.
I left my job about a year ago. It was right after we'd had our baby. It just felt right to stay home, and we ultimately made the decision for me to help her with the content creation, and we've been doing that ever since. My whole personality has changed. Once you're a cop, that's your mindset 24/7. You live it, sleep it, everything. And since leaving that, it's the veil has been removed and there's this paradise. The life's not so bad.
You're working 6 out of 7 days a week, with barely sleeping. It kind of makes a person get really nasty and just not think right.
You become this character.
Yeah, it's like a character in a movie and you're just in this role constantly. You're very cloudy-minded. You don't think right in a way.
That must explain why some cops are
Kids. Yeah.
No, seriously, it makes you messed up.
We were living paycheck to paycheck. We had no time with our kids. We were bringing work issues home. It was just a no-brainer.
I don't think I miss a whole lot about being a police officer, honestly. Maybe some of the adrenaline rush you get.
I did a lot of the crazy stuff, working with narcotics, high-speed chases, foot chases, all that I loved. Getting out of it and thinking back on it now, I'm like, that was a stupid situation. I could have got killed. It's just not worth it.
I mean, I might miss like us in the uniforms. Yeah, your butt looks pretty good in the uniform.
He was being torn between two different things, you know, the police officer and then the home father figure, a husband and stuff. He was able to concentrate on one thing.
Right. Yeah, he was a little lost for a while.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm doing a good job now.
Yeah, you can tell that they respect you, and respect is huge for kids.
They do seem a lot more genuinely happy.
They are.
They're thriving, and they're so well behaved.
Oh my gosh, I gotta go. Okay. It was so good seeing you guys.
It was really good seeing you. We got to get together more.
Oh,
sure.
We definitely do. I love you.
I get a lot of hate comments. He was still technically married, even though they weren't still together. I got pretty much called a homewrecker, even though I didn't work the home. We faced a lot of judgment about being an interracial couple, about being partners at work, about merging our kids together.
Because I was doing, you know, spicy content. Oh, she's a
They said, potbelly girl. One said, ugh, both have major self-esteem issues. These women these days look horrible. I can only imagine how many men have run through them, which is wild to me because the only man I sleep with is you. Good for you.
Those people are following you
Yeah,
still.
but they're following me, so it's crazy.
There's some men that will write nasty things, and I will go on their page, I will find them, and usually DM their wives or their girlfriends and be like, you're too hot to be dealing with a man who talks to women like this or is on a page like this. I have no mercy. I've even gone as far as, like, when people are actually threatening me, I have contacted people's agencies that have come at me and let them know this is how they're conducting themselves on social media. I will contact jobs, I will contact wives and girlfriends.
We're like so strong right now, we're untouchable.
What do I love most about each other? Well, I probably can't say what I love most about you because it's inappropriate.
She stalks me
No,
everywhere.
no chance. You're cute, but not that cute.
Casey has changed my life for the better in so many ways. He's made me a stronger person. I think he's made me more lovey. I was very ice cold, shut off to the world.
She's an amazing mother, amazing wife. She makes sure that everyone is taken care of, and I'm so grateful for her.
For all of the people who judge us, like, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, I don't really know who you are. Even if I did, I don't think I'd really care too much.
I'm glad that we are that much of an entertainment to you, that you're spending your time wondering what we're doing.
Pretty much.
Welcome.
I am the officer that is married to someone in prison. I gotta be the only officer in the world who got proposed to in jail. Some of the officers, they don't know which side of the law I am on. I was 30 years young when I got my pension. I get paid a lifetime, so it would definitely support me and my husband when he gets out of prison. My friends would give bad advice and tell me, don't be with somebody in prison. I started sharing my story online because the world needed to know. The judgment that I face is, you stupid for marrying an inmate, you're an inmate lover. They was very crazy. I visit Jonathan every weekend. It takes me about 12 hours total, 6 hours going, 6 hours coming. They banned me, they're tired of me coming. Some of them don't like I'm an officer. And then once my suspension is up, I go right back. My name is Tamika, and I am the prison officer that is married to an inmate. I met Jonathan when we were kids. We grew up in the same neighborhood. He was just a little boy who always had a crush on me. We went our separate ways. Jonathan ended up going to prison. Jonathan was sentenced to 25 years to life, but he's eligible for parole and he has about 11 left. Me and Jonathan reconnected because he wrote a love letter and he sent it to a mutual friend. It was 14 years since I last seen or spoke to Jonathan. It was like, oh my God, after all these years, he still remembered me. He still loved me. At that moment, I was still at work, so I was afraid to respond back to him. I contacted Jonathan. He just said, I'm happy after all these years, you finally given me another chance, and we made it official to be with each other. The visit is 8 hours and it's worth it. I can't wait to kiss my husband. Can't wait to just have that love and warmth in my presence. The first meeting with him was insane because the same inmates that I had in my custody and I was mean to were the same inmates I seen that's locked up with my husband. When I visit Jonathan in prison, some of the officers' reaction, they're like a little bit confused because they don't know which side of the law I am on. They be like, oh, she's married to an inmate, but she's also one of us. Because if they do something wrong, they think I'm gonna report them. And the inmates react to, oh, it's like gossip and news for them, like tease. Hey guys, as you guys already know, I am the officer that is married to someone in prison.
Hey guys, as you guys already know, I am the officer that is married to someone in prison.
I started sharing my story online because I felt like I had a very unique story. And I felt like the world needed to know it's okay to love who you want to love.
So this video here is about staying with your man in prison.
Stay with him. Do not leave your man in jail for somebody that's out here.
I had over 61,000 views, over 517 comments. When my first video went viral, I just was happy to impact other people who may be going through the same thing. The judgment that I faced when I started my relationship is, he's gonna take your pension, he's gonna get everything that you got. What side of the law are you on? You a bad officer, the Department of Corrections should have never hired you.
You stupid for marrying an inmate, you're an inmate lover. They was just very crazy. I'm definitely isolated. I feel like I can't have any friends because my friends would judge me. And they will also give bad advice and tell me don't be with somebody in prison.
Yes, I respond sometimes, very seldom though. I would just put an emoji like a bird in the brain and call them a bird brain. Some of the comments I received online was, I know your officers hate you. That's dope though, you married your soulmate. That's right, fight for your husband. Hearing comments from people who say I helped them with my story makes me feel like I made the right choice as being an officer and married to someone in prison. Like, I did what I was supposed to do.
Can you tell us how Jonathan proposed?
I want to show y'all the picture because I got the picture. This is Jonathan actually proposing to me in jail. Like, I gotta be the only officer in the world who got proposed to in jail. This is us getting married.
Jonathan write me at least like 10 times in a day. So this letter said, hey my crush, you got me feeling like a kid all over again, and sent me some kisses. When I was an officer, I definitely had a different view on prison relationships. I honestly thought all girls are stupid for coming to a jail, crying over a man that can't even take them to a restaurant to eat. I thought their self-esteem was low, but obviously that's not the case. When I visit Jonathan, we don't really get any privacy because, again, I'm an officer and I'm coming to a facility. Always surveillance cameras and officers sitting us right in front of their desks. It's not tough because we make it work. We're still gonna hug each other. He probably still gonna give me some hickeys.
I started the Department of Corrections in 2015. That job was very tough. You are around some of the worst criminals in the city of New York all day. They call you names at times. Your co-workers are just as foul as the inmates. So you're in an environment where you don't know who to trust. I decided to leave because I seen a lot of injustice go on.
This is what correction officers wear on duty to work. We use a snap tie so that we don't get choked. This is our badge that we must wear. These are the signs that I made. That's me and my husband in prison. This is our book that we wrote called Karma and Love. I use these signs to bring awareness to my husband's case, to injustice, to the system, and just to my experience as being an officer and married to someone in prison. I absolutely do not miss working in corrections because I got everything that there is to have. I got a pension and I'm able to love my husband. I worked at the Department of Corrections 5.5 years before I got my pension. I was 30 years young. I get paid a lifetime, so it would definitely support me and my husband when he gets out of prison.
Oh, that's him, that's him. He going.
The prepaid
collect call from
Copy.
an incarcerated individual.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
I love you. What's up, babe?
Hey, Nat, how you doing?
You gotta hang in there. You gotta continue to be strong. You gotta keep your head up and know, like, there's nothing you can't overcome that we can't overcome together. What's something you really want to do when you come home together as husband and wife?
A vacation? I just want to sit in the bathtub. I just want to be sitting in the bathtub and get all this prison stuff off of me.
Oh, you want to get in the tub?
Yeah, I want some good fried chicken.
Ooh.
Can't wait for some good fried chicken.
Babe, it's coming, it's coming.
So, Jonathan, how did you feel when you first met Tamika?
I felt like a kid in Candyland. A kid waking up for Christmas. She let me see life in a different perspective. That it's okay to be loved. Don't give up.
Thank you for being, like, so great to me, husband. Thank you for, like, believing in me to have your back.
Love you.
I love you too. I love you, I love you, I love you.
How has Jonathan changed your life for the better?
Ooh. Jonathan have changed my life for the better because he made me a wife, and I don't take that for granted. He's my greatest blessing. To the people who judge me, look in the mirror. Go judge yourself.
I had to resign from my job because we became spicy content creators.
We had to leave our town after our secret came out.
It got a lot of attention because I don't know if there's ever a teacher that has been found out in this way. After the media ran our stories, subscriptions were really kind of rolling into the spicy site. Last year, as a content creator, I've made about $2 million. I get a lot of the negativity. Your actions disgrace this profession. It's dirty money. You are a disgusting pig, and your husband is a he failed as a man. This is where I shoot some of my content. I have my branded pillow that I made with my logo. I have my lingerie closet that has been donated by mostly fans.
I'm Philip, this is my partner Brianna, and we're both spicy content creators.
So we're from the same town.
We knew of each other, but had never actually hung out before.
I was out of a relationship and I was scrolling Facebook, and he had a cute profile picture, so I sent him a message and I kind of went from there. I don't typically make you breakfast like this. Sometimes I'm still sleeping before you leave.
It's usually me making myself breakfast.
I started making spicy content mainly because we had a lot of bills. So at the time, he was laid off from his job. I wasn't making very much as a teacher. I had a lot of student loans, we had credit card debt. So we kind of just started it to see if it would help. It was not meant to be long-term. I think it was just a quick fix or something we could do to supplement our income at the time. So the school district sat me down at the end of the school day, and they basically said that they had gotten reports from a neighboring school district that I was on a spicy content page. And they basically said that they were gonna put me on leave and just investigate until they could figure out what to do. At the time, I felt scared. I was nervous and anxious. I called you right away.
It's the type of business where you can't be hidden and secret, but make it big at the same time.
3 or 4 days after I was put on leave, I started getting calls from reporters asking if the story was true, what was happening. After the media kind of ran our stories, subscriptions were really kind of rolling into the spicy site. I think I ended up resigning about 7 days later from the job, and I didn't necessarily need to work at the school district anymore because the site was supporting us.
I would say the worst reaction that I had to deal with, or that we've had to deal with, has probably been more so from friends and family. I feel like sometimes the news of this, or the fact, can be so shocking that it makes people forget who we actually are.
I don't understand why we can't be considered normal just because of our job.
I think it's easier for people to continue hating us and hateful comments and just the negativity.
Act like we're heathens.
If they imagine that we just live these disgusting, sinful
monstrous lives.
I definitely do feel there's a double standard for men versus women working in this kind of industry, just based off of the reactions and how people treat myself versus my wife.
Yeah, I get a lot of the negativity versus him, for sure. It got a lot of attention because I don't know if there's ever a teacher that has been found out in this way. I got a really, really terrible message the other day. It said, "You are a disgusting pig and your husband is he failed as a man. He probably takes it as well. Is that why he likes to see you get trains ran on you? He should self-delete. What a failure as a man. He only gets you and who you approve, and you get to have 9 guys. You should put him out of his misery."
That one cut so deep, let me tell you.
Who takes the time to write something that nasty? I just don't understand.
They feel very passionate.
She knows deep down she sold her soul. Apparently I sold my soul.
How much did you get?
She will suffer for these decisions for the rest of her life, but at least she has chickens now.
But it's funny because like, if it is that easy, then sell your soul and make that money.
Yeah.
I bet you can't.
It's dirty money. I'd rather be poor. Your actions disgrace this profession. There is now a void in your old classroom and the children will academically suffer. Does this make you feel proud?
Honestly, like other people's opinions don't bother me because we live our lives the way that we want to.
We're not hurting anybody. We're just living our lives together. And I mean, if that offends someone, then they need to reevaluate some priorities. Megan is gonna come over in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get us some drinks and some food. Megan is one of my best friends and she was a teacher with me. Secretly, we were both spicy content creators. After I got put on leave, she was discovered as well. She appeared in one of my pictures in a video, so she was put on leave. She did not resign. She said, "I don't believe I'm doing anything wrong." She was a content creator, but the school was also paying her as well. Just at home, they didn't let her come to the classrooms.
So you got caught first, right? So what was that like?
The first week was pretty scary. I think I called you like every single day and I was like panicking, just sitting at home and then seeing like all the media.
I was very overwhelmed with the amount of support and the amount of hate that I got.
Yeah.
But I wasn't as nervous because I do feel like you had my back the whole time.
Yeah, I think we like call each other and
we still like
can
support each other.
vent and we can, you know, cry on the phone and I think it's just good to have someone that can relate.
Bree and I were talking about earlier today, like the day after the media blew up, I pulled into work that morning and like got a standing ovation from the guys at work.
Which is so crazy.
Yeah, which
like we
would not have had
never.
that.
Did anybody even reach out to you from our job?
No one has spoken to us.
Yikes.
Not one person reached out.
Yeah. I think that I've like definitely come to terms just deciding not to go back into education. I just don't feel like that's my place anymore. After all of this, I immediately knew no one was gonna hire me. But just, I feel more at peace with the decision of I'm okay right now, just making plans for the future. As a teacher, I was making around $42,000 per year. And in the last year, as a spicy content creator, I've made about $2 million.
We just bought this house and farm and
It feels like a whole new life.
it really truly does.
So your Father's Day present was a little late, right?
Yeah.
It is here and it is ready. They just finished it yesterday. I do think that this has been a blessing in disguise. It's really changed the course of our lives. We were just renting before, like struggling to get by, you know, paycheck to paycheck.
Oh, wow. Holy cow. Oh my gosh, this looks amazing. In my shop, down here, I guess I do whatever, you know,
You
build
build stuff.
things, work on stuff. Thank you, baby. Bree has changed my life for the better. She's brought a lot of love and care and our child into my life. So I'm very thankful for that.
You've definitely changed my life for the better. A lot of love and, you know, everything that you do for us.
People that judge us, their opinions don't affect us.
It's not going to change who we are.
Our marriage has never been better.
If they want to keep hating, they can. It just, you know, will make us more successful, I guess. So keep it up.